Hello, guys, and welcome to yet another episode on Clean Code with Fabian. So, in this episode, we'll be looking at how you can implement Google 2FA in Laravel. We show you how I implemented it in my application that I built some days ago. So, if you're joining us for the first time, I'm excited to have you here. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, give us a like, and if you have any question or any recommendation, please drop it in the comment section. So let's quickly jump in. So before we move into Google 2FA, it's important that you install some of those packages. Yeah. So Google 2FA, basically the idea is for you to have a second layer of security, right? So we'll get into that in a bit. But now you need to install this. I'm sure by now you have your Laravel app clone in your local. If you don't, please do that. I will not be going through that. So you can just do composer required and install this, and you should have your Laravel, your PHP should be from 7 and above, and your Laravel should be from 5.4 and above. And if you're done with installing this Google 2FA Laravel, you can look at it, what I have here. And if you're done with this, you will now need to install this. This is a Google 2FA QR code. This will help us to be able to generate the QR code. So you just need to copy this after you are done with that, and then install it. Before we move forward, I just want us to look at what we'll be achieving here. But first, if you look at what I have here, two-factor authentication is an identity and access management security method that require two forms of identification to access resources and data. So the thing is, I want to be able to identify a particular user and then give him access to access a certain kind of record. It's not just only done when you are logging in. Maybe there are some certain features you want to have a second layer of security. If someone want to be able to access certain features like let's say payment or withdrawal, for example, you want them to verify their 2FA. So in those kind of resources, you can add your 2FA. But some people just do it at the login stage, just like I did here. It's at the login stage. When you log in, you need to provide your 2FA. So, but the whole idea is you want to be able to identify somebody. It's just a second layer of security. Yeah, so the things we are going to be looking at, we are going to be looking at how you can generate your secret, that is your QR code, how you can be able to enable your 2FA, how you can be able to disable your 2FA, and how you can be able to verify your 2FA, right? Yeah, so what you need to take note of is that you need to add two columns, and you need to add two FA secret and enable 2FA add in your user table. You should have a user table, and then it already have data, like I'm sure it has data like your email, your name, your password. So you just need to add those data, and it must not necessarily be what I have here. This can be token. This can be token, for example. So the columns must not be same thing as what I have here, but the idea is that this is where we're going to be storing your token or your secret key, and this is where we're going to be storing. We can just store date here to show that yes, this is at the time that the 2FA was enabled, the 2FA was enabled, and all. So this is what you need to do before we move to the code aspect, after you have install those packages using your composer. So now moving forward, if you look at the package you just install, you will find methods like this already existing in the package. They come from this Google 2FA class. So these are coming from their directory. So what this is doing is generating the secret key. So this is the first method I have, which is generate secret. So in this generate secret, the first thing I'm looking at is that you must first of all log in, right? You are logging in before you can enable your 2FA. So once you log in and you want to generate your 2FA, first thing I'm checking this column that I told one of the columns I told you to add. I'm checking this column. If this column already exists, it means you have generated you have enabled your 2FA already. So you cannot you shouldn't be generating it anymore. So, but if this does not exist, it means you have not. Excuse me. So I'll move ahead. We'll go move ahead and update this column with the secret key we have generated, which is also known as your token. And then we'll move ahead and now generate your QR code using your the app name, the email, and the secret key. So this is where we'll now generate your QR code. And once we are done with this, we'll now update this record. We'll share your this is your QR code. Front end will be able to handle this, and this is your secret key, which you can also use. Now, we have successfully set up the initialize your 2FA. Now you can be able to update or enable or disable your 2FA because it has been generated. Someone can scan or they can use the secret key here to be able to get the Google Authenticator on their phone. Yeah, so that's another thing you need to install on your mobile phone, your smartphone. You need to download Google Authenticator. It's an app. Once you need to install it on your phone, and I will show you how we'll be using it in a minute. But for now, this is how you can generate your 2FA, your QR code. Now, moving forward to enable, if you come to be able to enable your clean code, you should remember that the aim of our channel is for us to be able to have a clean code at the end of the day. So we handle everything in a cleaner way, and we handle edge cases so that if you're writing tests, you'll be able to handle for things like this, write tests for things like this easily, making sure your tests cover everything. So here, if we come to enable, first we are checking if this if it's enabled. Will tell you that is already enabled. Your 2FA is already enabled. You don't have to enable it again. And if your secret key does not exist, it means your 2FA secret key is not found. So you have to generate it first before you can enable. So after this and this is fine, we will now be able to validate your token. So the token this token now is where your mobile app comes in. The moment you generate your 2FA, the moment you generate your secret, you copy the secret key. Let me go to the Postman and show you what we have there. So at the moment you generate your secret, you will get this on your mobile phone. You copy this and go to your Google Authenticator app and add it as a secret. You click on there's a place where you will see add, and then you add the name of your app, and then you add this, and then it will immediately start generating the 6-digit after every few seconds. You generate 6 digits, and the digit is what you use to enable, disable, or verify your 2FA. So this is the secret, and this is the Google URL which front end is going to use as the QR code. So let's go back to the code. So now when you come back to enable here, if you look at this validate token method, let's go to my request, where you see this method in action. So if you come here, you will see validate token. So what it's doing is simply verifying what the user provided, which is the token that is provided with what is already in our user database. So you provide the token, and we take the token and we'll compare it with what we have here. And this verify will decrypt this token and compare the two. Remember, you will have to make sure this is encrypted in your user model. This particular column, you encrypt it. If you come to user model, you see encrypt it. Your 2FA secret is encrypted here. So you encrypt it in a way that even if someone have access to your DB, they should not be able to see the data. So you encrypt it, and this verify key will decrypt everything and compare, and if it matches, you are now verified. But if it does not match, it will show you that it is unable to verify your 2FA. So that is how you can easily enable your 2FA, and once this is done, it will now update your enable at, showing that you have now enabled your 2FA. So now that you have enabled your 2FA, you can easily disable it. But before you disable, you also check that it's actually enabled this, and then once you check, you try to verify. You provide a token just like we did in the enable. Once they provide a token and it's valid, you can easily remove the 2FA secret and the 2FA enable at, showing that those data, once those data does not exist, it means the person is not enabled. So for verify first, the thing you need to first create a middleware that will check if this user has enabled 2FA. If he or she enabled 2FA, he or she cannot log in except they verify their 2FA. So let me quickly show you what we have here. What I have here is this is past 2FA authentication, two-factor authentication. So first, I'm checking if this user has, if this is enabled, and if the token is not provided. If this is enabled and the token is not provided, you'll be required. You tell that 2FA is required. Two-factor authentication is required if your 2FA is enabled. So that is the middleware. This middleware is handling that if a user enable 2FA, must provide it before you'll be able to log in. So once you provide your 2FA and it's fine, then you're logged in successfully. Yeah. So this is just it, guys. But you first need to have your login, set up your system, have your login, have install the package, and then you add those two columns that I mentioned, and then you can now implement this. So if you come to my postman here, this is generate. You see, this can easily generate a new token. This user just generated a new token, so he can use that. You now need to go add this on your phone, set it up on your Google Authenticator on your mobile app, and once this is set up, you can easily get the 6-digit code to enable your provide a token to enable, and then you can also disable, and then you can also verify. And once you verify, you see that the user is now logged in successfully and the token is provided. So that is just how simple it is, guys. If there is any question, please you provide it in the comment section. I'll be looking at it, and please stay subscribed as more of this will be coming